we're going to start with the blade. Surgical stainless steel. We have the new Samurai blades with the curve on them. Just set it in on the pedestal. Very easy to use. Set it in like that. Now, whatever you want to cut, whatever you want to chop, just put it in there. I'm going to start with an onion. Ladies tell me they shed more tears on an onion than a husband. I don't know if that's true or not, but no more tears chopping up onions with our machine. Now, put the top on, lock it into place. Here's the key to using the chopper. Always put your hand on top when you chop. Now, that's rule number one. Rule number two, always remember rule number one. Now, that's the key. If you try to hold the handle, turn the crank, it's not going to work. Just will not work that way. You'll be saying bad things about me. Always put your hand on top when you chop and turn it quickly clockwise. Always turn it quick clockwise. Now the more you turn, the finer that's going to become. So you make it the way you like. There's your chopped onion right there. Do your tomatoes for tacos the very same way. I use Roma tomatoes here. They are the best you can get when you're making salsa. Less water, more meat, and we'll put in 2 or 3 of these. Usually they're cheaper, and it's about the only tomato you can get in the winter that is really good for salsa. But for your tacos, put it in like that, set that on. Again, hand on top when you chop and turn. 4 or 5 turns quick, and you're going to have perfect pieces for tacos. If you need it finer, maybe you want to make your own sauce, keep right on going. You can take it right down to liquid if you like. There is your chopper for the tomatoes right there. Now I want to show you one more with this, and that's a finer chop. You want a little larger for your tacos. Let's do this. Coleslaw. Now, I like coleslaw. I put everything in at once. You can chop up lettuce the same way. Now most people don't make their coleslaw. What they do is buy it in a bag, already cut up, add salad dressing to it, or they go to the deli, buy it that way. Now I put in everything but the core. I leave the core out of there, and I'm going to put in a little bit of carrot here. You're going to like that. At home I would use baby carrots. Just go ahead and throw in 5, 6 baby carrots, whatever you like. Here I don't have them. The boss is cheap, thrifty. Pour your salad dressing in on top of that. Then when you're done, you're done. We're going to chop it in the bowl. You might as well mix it at the same time. You can even serve it right out of the bowl if you like. And again, hand on top when you chop. That's the key. Do not try to hold the handle on the side of the bowl. Now what you want to remember too, every time this turns once, the blades turn 3 or 4 times. So what you want to do, in order to keep it from jamming, because if you turn it slow, it will jam. Now when it jams, fellas, don't get a bigger hammer. Don't make it go. What you want to do is back it up, unjam it, and then go again. And that's how it works. This is going to give you some beautiful coleslaw. Now remember, we're chopping, mixing at the same time. As a matter of fact, how's that look? Beautiful coleslaw there. If you have company you like, you invited them over, be nice. Take the blades out. If you don't like them, leave the blades in. They're probably freeloaders anyway. Most of my company is. Now I'm going to take this out. I'll be back with the blade in just a moment. Cleanup's pretty simple. Tap water, soapy water, top track of the dishwasher. I'll be back to the chopping blade in a second, and we're going to make salsa. If you like salsa, you'll like this. Now I want to show you the accessory package. We have a slicer, French fry maker, shredder, grater. Here's how easy it is. The adapter ring sits right on top of the machine. It goes right over the spout, just like that. Now we have 3 inserts. I'm going to put in the slicing insert, stainless steel blade. Set it in like this and you're ready to go to work. Now you do want to save fingers. All cutters will cut, including you. So we have a safety holder to save your fingers. This little cowboy hat. Yee-haw! Keep your fingers inside the top of the cowboy hat. The pins hold the food, the button will bring it out. Now whatever you're going to cut, place it into the safety holder. If you want to do an onion for hamburgers, liver and onions, steak and onions for the barbecue, place it in the holder, let the button come up, hold the handle on the side of the bowl, and slide it back and forth. Now once that safety holder sits on top of the machine, once it sits here, you're not cutting anything, still something left inside, that's when you push on the button. A little bit of pressure on the button, that will feed it out to the end. Now, I'm going to show you more of that in just a second. But I do want to show you something you use on the machine, and you do not use the safety holder, and that's corn off the cob. Here's how it works. Take your corn, set it on the side of the machine. Now your hand's protected here. You don't have to worry about that. No blade. Blade on that side. Here's how it's done. Take your hand, make like a gun. Bang, bang, bang. Set it down on top of the corn. Now you're pushing with this part of the thumb here, and don't push down, push through. And push it through gently. Once you hit cob, stop. Don't fight it, don't force it. Just whatever the corn will give you, that's what you do. Now when you go all the way around, you get 3 to 5 rows or kernels at a time. You don't get any cob that way. And when I finish up this cob, here's what I'm going to do. You can milk it along the side here. And that way you get all of the corn off the cob and no cob in the corn. I hate cob in the corn. But this will give you a real nice cut, and you will like that. That cleans the cob off. Now that's the corn off the cob. Now, I want to show you one more cut with this, and here's a look at that corn right there. Beautiful stuff off the cob. For canning or just plain eating, you can do it blanched or raw. Either way you want to do that, it's up to you. Now, one more here with this. I want to show you sliced potatoes, carrots, cucumbers, zucchini. Here's a little something for you. You like zucchini or cucumbers? When it's long like this, hold it in the hand. When it's short, use that safety holder. Okay? That's how it works. Now here's something. Tomato too. And you can use this on the tomatoes. You're going to like this for slicing tomatoes for sandwiches. Again, push on the button, keep right on going to the end. That'll give you the last piece right there. And that will give you some beautiful slices for your sandwiches the very same way. Now, one last thing here I want to show you on this is the French fries. And if you like French fries, you'll love this. If you have kids, grandkids, you're taking those little youngsters down to McDonald's and Burger King, you're going to like this. Pop it out. Just put your thumbs behind it. Pop it out. And now we have a French fry cutter. This was not originally made for that. This was made for stir fry. Put that in. You can't make a mistake. They only go in one way. They only fit in one direction. So you can't make a mistake with that. Now you can use this thing on carrots. Zucchini for salad. Makes a beautiful stir fry cut though. Now you notice I'm holding it in my hand. I put that carrot at a slant like this. You get a little longer pieces. When it gets much shorter than that, you're going to pop that cowboy hat on, save your fingers. Same way with zucchini here. And again, you use the cowboy hat when it gets short, but that gives you a nice stir fry cut right there. And I told you, French fries. Now, you like the French fries, everybody does. I take the potato, use Baker's, you're going to get a longer French fry. Put this in on the pins like this at a slant. So you're going to get longer French fries that way. Not only that, but you want to set it down. You're behind the potato. Let me turn it this way so you can see what I mean. You're behind the potato and you push it through. And that's how you do the shoestring French fries. When you get down to the end there, push the button. That'll give you the last piece right there. Pan fry these. You pick the oil. A lot better for the kids. And on the back side of that, of course, is the cut for the stir fry. Now, how about you fellas? I didn't forget you fellas out there. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of hash brown. Fellas, you like hash brown potatoes. The thing about the hash browns is you don't get them very often. And the reason you don't get them very often is right here. Knuckles and fingernails, world famous knuckle buster, right? But I'm going to show you how to do this. You're going to like that quite a bit. Also use this on cheese for tacos, a Colby, a cheddar cheese, and you'll like this for carrots. Now this is what we call a salad bar cut with the carrot here. Again, at an angle, hold it at an angle and push it through. Give you a nice little salad cut there. Do your zucchini the very same way. And then I want to show you a little bit on the hash brown potato. You're going to like this quite a bit for the hash browns. You can go right down to the end with it if you like. I'll just use a little piece of potato here so you can see it. And we'll put it on there. And now just push it back and forth. When it gets short, use that safety holder. That way you'll save your fingers. Now look at this. Last piece of skin you leave on our shredder is potato skin. not finger skin. That's the best part. They'll fry up crispy and golden brown. You can rinse them off under the tap in a strainer. Take some of that starch out. They won't turn color on you. That's a beautiful cut for you right there for your hash brown potatoes. Now, I have one more cut here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going back to the chopper. Okay, so far here's what you've seen. The shredder for the hash browns, slicer, we did the tomatoes, also the zucchini, and there's your corn off the cob and the onion. And we did the French fry cutter, of course. Now, let's go back to the chopping blade here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move some of this stuff back a little bit, and that way we have room to work when we get to the salsa. We chopped up the tomato, we chopped up the cabbage there for coleslaw. I'll show you one more you're going to like, and that is salsa. By the way, I do want to show you this. People love chopping up those onions, of course, but also do cook meat in this. Do your tuna salad, chicken salad, ham salad in there. As long as it's cooked, it will do it. No raw meat. Chop up nuts, pecans, almonds, walnuts, things like that. And also salsa. Now, when I make salsa, I use Roma tomatoes. I like the Romas. They have less water and more meat, as I said earlier. And even if you have a garden, even if you have beefsteak tomatoes in the garden, you can still make salsa with them. All you would do with the beefsteak is cut it and squeeze a little of the water out. And that way you'll get a nice, thick, rich salsa. We cut them in half or in quarters here. I'm going to put in 2 or 3 of the Roma tomatoes. Also, we need a little bit of onion. Little bad breath here never hurt you. Speaking of bad breath, my favorite ingredient, I don't know if you like a lot of garlic, but I like a lot of garlic here. Somebody said if you can't sleep at night, start eating a lot of garlic. You'll sleep like a baby. You'll sleep alone, but you'll sleep like a baby. You'll like the garlic. By the way, chop up that garlic too. We need a little bit of this green stuff. Anybody know what this is? Yeah, this is called cilantro. Cilantro. Put that in. Now, bell pepper is for sweetness. Bell pepper doesn't make it hot, of course, but it does make it sweet. That will bring out the sweetness of the other vegetables. So we're going to put in a little bit of bell pepper. Now, we need some kind of liquid in there. It doesn't really matter. I prefer the lime juice. Lime juice gives you a nice, fresh flavor for the salsa. And all you do is give it a squeeze here. Use about a half, maybe a whole lime in there. You'll like that, nice fresh flavor. I've had people tell me their salsa doesn't taste like mine, and I start asking them questions. I find out the garlic they're using is from the grocery store, out of a jar. It's minced garlic. And then we get to the lime. And I say you have to use real lime, and I had one fella tell me it is real. It says real right on the bottle. But look, this is real lime here. As you can tell, it has the skin. They grow on trees. You'll be able to tell the difference. You want to use the real lime for the salsa. Now, I have a couple more things for you. A touch of salt, a little bit of salt in there. And last but not least, I'm going to put in some jalapeno pepper. Now, you're going to like this. We're not going to burn you up here. I tell you, if you like it hot, you put in 1. Nuclear salsa, put in 2. Company you don't like is 3. Relatives is, well, we won't go on from there. But I tell you what, we'll put in a couple cuts here, just enough so you get some flavor out of that salsa. If you like it hot, of course, just put a lot more in. Now, look at that. See how beautiful that is? All the ingredients, tomato, onion, cilantro, garlic, bell pepper, lime juice, salt, jalapeno, all in there at one time. And now we're going to crank it up. Now, if I put this stuff into an electric machine, what am I going to get? I'm going to get mush or soup. Blades go way too fast in electric machines here, but you're going to like this. Now, remember what I told you in the beginning. Whenever you use the chopper, every time you turn this once, blades turn about 3 to 4 times. Always put the hand on top when you chop. Rule number 1, hand on top when you chop. Rule number 2, very simple. Never forget rule number 1. Okay, hand on top when you chop. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay, if you try to hold this and turn this, you're going to be a very unhappy camper, as I said. Take your hand and put it on top. Now, if I turn it slowly, here's what happens. I go around a little bit and it jams. The reason is you'll push the food around the bowl slowly and it will all jam up in one area and you won't be able to turn it. And as I said earlier, fellas, don't get a bigger hammer. Okay? what you want to do is back it up, unjam it, and then turn. Now this will give you some, say that louder. Wow, there you go. She likes that salsa. We're going to serve it up here too. We have a little bit of bell pepper sitting there, and we'll back it up and we'll go again. And this is going to give you some thick, rich, fresh, homemade salsa. How's that look? Does that look good enough to eat? I'm going to serve it up for you here. We'll put out some plates. You're probably